Good morning, everyone. So, yesterday, previous day, I have given you homework. So, Gauri called me and asked a few doubts. So, there's a mistake in the question also. I think, Achud, you can share the screen and you can show the question. You're using WhatsApp web, right?
Ma'am, but the phone is not connected, ma'am. I don't have the phone.
Wonderful. The next topic is constraints. Constraints. So, write down constraints. So, the constraints are conditions. Okay. So there are two types of constraints. One is column constraint and table constraint. So you can write proper definition if you need. We'll show you here. A condition. It's a condition or limitation we apply on any column. Why we are doing all these constraints, Emmanuel? What's the benefit of writing constraints?
It will give us correct information.
Ah, that is what. Otherwise, the data entered will be incorrect. If the data is incorrect, we will call it as the table is inconsistent. If the values are not correct, then we will say that the table values are the table is inconsistent. So you don't need inconsistent values or inconsistent consistent table. That's why we are applying constraint. So MySQL allows two types of constraints. You can usually we write the constraint at the time of table creation. Suppose we forgot to write the constraint at the time of the table creation, then even after the table creation also, you can add a constraint using alter table command. That is also possible. And there are two types of constraints. Table, table level constraints, column level constraints. Krishnandran, which all times we can create constraints, Krishnandran? Emmanuel.
When we do the when we create a table,
Then
when we close the table,
when we
close.
Achyut,
Ma'am, while creating table and after creating the table.
after creating the table, you can't say closing the table. After the creation of table, at any point of time, you can create a constraint. Okay, Krishnandran, expect many questions. Okay, ready for that? Listen in the class. Okay. uh, I have told you there are two types of constraints. One is table level and other one is column level constraint. Table level constraints means when we write the data type. See, for example, create table student in bracket, roll number, space int, space primary key. So with the data type itself, if you write the constraint, then we will call it as table level constraint. Okay. After writing all the data types like roll number, space, int, comma, name, varchar, 30, comma, etc., mark, space, int, then the next line, we'll start writing all the constraints. Roll number is primary key. You have a check constraint. Whatever constraints we require, we'll write all these constraints last. Okay, so there are these are the two different types of constraints. And the different constraints that we have already discussed. Primary key. Why we write a primary key constraint? Krishna Chandran. What is the use of primary key constraint? Emmanuel. Emmanuel.
When to get
Yes.
when
Yes.
it's a unique one only
Yes,
once we enter.
unique. Very good. Unique and one more condition is there for primary key. It is unique and
Only I go for.
there should not be in. It should not be empty.
No.
The value should be unique and that particular value should not be unique and no, it should not be empty. So these are the two conditions applied together with this primary key. If you write primary key constraint, there are two constraints applied. One is unique constraint and not null constraint together. Clear? Clear, Krishnandan? Okay, only one primary key can be applied in one table. So one. Unique. And you know, it allows only unique values. No duplicate values should be entered. Duplicate values are not allowed. Not null. That is, entry is mandatory. You can't keep that particular column value blank. Data entry is mandatory to that particular column. If you enter that particular value as empty, automatically it will become null. So null value is not allowed. Next one is default. Default means if we skip that particular column, if we make it as blank, then what should be the default value? Suppose we haven't entered any value to the mark column. So you can specify a default value. If no value is specified, by default, 0 should be displayed. Understood? About default constraint, default value will be assigned if no value is provided. That's the meaning of default constraint. Now check constraint, of course, you can control the values. If suppose the mark should be between 0 and 100. So it permits only values between 0 and 100. That's the check constraint.
Ma'am, unique means it also allows null value.
Yes, it allows null values.
Yeah,
That is
but-
the difference between this unique and primary key. Not null constraint means it will not allow you to enter null values, but it can be repeated. If you need both the conditions together, then we will make that particular column as primary key. Or if you want to have some another column as unique and not null, you can write both.
Ma'am,
Unique space not null.
can be applied to n times means that we can like
any number of columns you can apply n times.
Like the null, we can leave it null, right? For n number of times.
Yes, any constraint. Usually, if you can make all the columns as with unique constraint, you can give. There is no limitation. That's why it is given n times. Controls the values. The main point is controls the values. Foreign key. It creates a link between two tables by one specific column. And if you write a foreign key constraint, what's the condition? The specified column in the table must be a primary key and referred by the column of another table known as foreign key.
Ma'am, can you say default again?
Default. Say in student table, there is a column called total mark. Okay. So while creating the table itself, you want to make that particular total mark as 0. In all the students' entries, it should be 0. And I have told you there are two methods to insert values into a table, isn't it? There are two methods. And the one method, you have to specify the column names and you have to specify the values, isn't it, Achyut? In that time, I have told you if you want, you can skip a column value. Since we have entered the total mark default value as 0, if you want, you can skip that particular column while inserting values into that particular column. So even if you are not entering any value to that particular column, which value will be stored?
0.
0. That's what default value will be stored. Okay. So these are the different types of. I hope it is clear to you.
Ma'am, I did complete writing.
Okay, sure. One student has sent me the homework through WhatsApp, the answers. Very good. Krishna Chandran, what's your pet name at home? Very very difficult to pronounce Krishna Chandran always. Hello?
Pet name
Ah,
Krishna.
Krishna Chandran itself. Always
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna. Krishna. Clear? Is it over, Muhammad Adim?
Ma'am, last one.
Okay. Then we'll see one by one how to write the constraints. You can see this example. Create table persons. ID int not null primary. So this is not actually, it's not required. Why? Because automatically it will become not null. ID int primary key. So after the declaration, after writing the data type name, then you have to write primary space key, comma, last name, varchar in bracket 255. Then what is the constraint name given for last name? Not null. Then first name, varchar 254, nothing is given. Age int, city, varchar 255, default. If no value is specified, default value is should be Jaipur. Why this is enclosed in quotes? Because its data type is varchar. That's why it is enclosed in quotes. Then constraint, this is constraint name. If you want, you can create a name for the constraint. Check age greater than or equal to 18. The same thing you can specify here. That is also correct. But normally this check constraint will write last. What can be the reason? Who can say, Ashwin? What can be the reason why we have given a constraint name here? Constraint name. For other constraints, we haven't provided any name. Ashwin, question to you. How many ways you
Yes,
can
ma'am.
add constraints? There are two ways at the time of table creation and
After table.
after table creation at any time you can add a constraint. If you can add a constraint, there should be a provision to. There should be a provision to. Adul KK, there should be a provision to.
I don't know, ma'am.
If you can create something, then there should be a provision to
Change.
change or you can change it and
Modify.
modify. No, one more change, modify. Then finally, what will do? Changing,
Delete.
modifying, delete. So if you can create a constraint, then there should be permission to delete that constraint. If you are planning to delete a constraint later, then we need to specify with the constraint name. That means this constraint can be deleted later. Only this constraint. What about other constraints? We haven't specified any name. ID, int, primary key, last name, varchar 255, not null. So you can, if you want, you can delete, but if you give a constraint name, it is, more helpful for you to delete a constraint. So directly you can write our alter table persons drop constraint chk underscore person. So you don't have to write much coding, lengthy coding. This also you can delete, okay. All these things you can delete later. But if you give a constraint name, your code length will be very less and you don't have to remember all these things. Just give, this is how you need to write. Alter table persons drop constraint chk underscore person. So what happens? That particular constraint will be removed. It will get deleted. That's the benefit of giving a name. Is that clear, Krishna?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, can you tell me which are the different types of constraints?
Unique,
Unique.
not null,
Mm,
default, check, and foreign.
second.
Foreign.
I think you missed out a primary key.
Hmm.
Immanuel. What is a check constraint?
It controls the value in the associated code.
Mm, okay. Arjun, default.
It allows to specify any value automatically.
Mm, default values. Then who else left? Ah, Srihari, I did not ask you a question. Mm. Srihari, the question is, what is a foreign key constraint?
Creates a link between two tables.
Okay. When we create a link between two tables, what is the condition?
The specified column of one table will be the primary key, other will be foreign key.
It should be, the particular column should be a primary key of some another table. Only then you can make it as a foreign key and you can create a foreign key constraint. And examples we'll see in the third period. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.